medical, educational, and national scouting. His Majesty the King had a welfare school for poor children built. His Majesty the King built Wat Santikaram School, relief for poor children under His Majesty the King's patronage. His Majesty the King has granted relief to dependent poor children and children in the wilderness to be educated according to their subjects, in order to become good citizens, morally and culturally, by the royal charity, by government agencies, state enterprises, and people merchants. There is a high school at Wat Sijanparit. It is the first royal orphanage of poor children. The course was first opened in 1970. In 1971, the board of directors created the school for the relief of poor children, exploring the appropriate areas to establish poor children's relief schools. It was found that the neighborhood with Santikaram, Wat Phuplap, was suitable for building schools, and the abbot was also an Aran for 20 rai of land and presented it to His Majesty the King on September 30, 1971, at Jitlada Palace. His Majesty King Bhumibol Adulyadej built Wat Pa Kai School. Wat Pa Kai School is one of the schools formed in accordance with the wishes of His Majesty King Bhumibol Adulyadej to establish a school that extends to secondary schools to the villagers of Wat Pa Kai and nearby areas, both to help the destitute and helpless children. This school has special regulations, unlike regular schools. For example, if one is an orphan, or one's parents is fatal while studying in school, or if one is a poor people without dependents, the school will waive tuition fees. Male students, before they graduate from school, must be ordained as novices for at least 1 month, while the principal can be a monk. On May 1, 1993, Wat Pa Kai School is transferred to a public school under the National Office of Primary Education until now. The school offers classes from grade 1 to secondary school, and the school expands educational opportunities. His Majesty King opened monuments of His Majesty King Wachiravut Rama VI at Ban Luang Lai Camp, Potharam District. The Minister of Education will hold a celebration of Hmom Luang Pin Malakul. He reached the age of 84 on October 6, 1986. Mr. Apaijan Wanwimon, the former Minister of Education, asked Hmom Luang Pin Malakul about the media he wanted as a gift. He replied that he wanted to have His Majesty King Wachiravut's soldier machine in the horse-shaped pose at Luang Ban Pong Camp. The National Scout Committee made a letter inviting His Majesty King Bhumibol Adulyadej to attend the opening ceremony of His Majesty King Wachiravut's birthday. On August 18, 1988, His Majesty King Bhumibol Adulyadej and His Majesty King Maha Vajiralongkorn Phra Vajirakrao จ้าอยู่หัว attended the opening ceremony of the royal family. Princess Benjaratana Rashasuda was the president of the visit. Later, Hmom Luang Pin gave ownership of the royal camp Ban Rai to the National Scouts by the Department of Physical Education in renovating the construction site into the royal camp Ban Rai. The Department of Physical Education has been working to improve the grounds to be a scout camp and a village scout, or organize useful activities, as well as paying homage to His Majesty King Wachiravut Rama VI on a reasonable agenda.